reality of the Progressive Liberal Party's record is painful and underwhelming. He referenced the previous Free National Movement administration's purchase of the Grand Lucaya in August of 2018, claiming that despite facing Hurricane Dorian and a global pandemic, the FNM secured a deal within 2 years. Pintard criticized the PLP for canceling that deal after taking office and later announcing a new agreement in May of 2022, only for that deal to collapse as well. Police in New Providence are investigating a shooting incident that occurred on East Street South in the vicinity of Checkers Restaurant on Sunday, February 2nd. When Eyewitness News arrived on the scene, investigators were actively conducting inquiries while members of the community looked on. Authorities confirmed that the victim was transported to hospital for medical attention. The investigation into this incident is ongoing. A 60-year-old inmate identified as Brody Fritz was fatally stabbed during an altercation at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services early Saturday morning, February 1st. The incident, which occurred around 8:32 a.m. in the eastern section of the maximum security facility, involved 3 inmates who all sustained stab wounds. Correctional officers were present as inmates were disposing of their night waste when the altercation broke out. Medical personnel responded promptly, but Fritz was pronounced dead on the scene. The other 2 inmates received medical attention, with one being transported to Princess Margaret Hospital, listed in serious condition, while the other suffered a non-life-threatening injury. The victim has been in prison since July of 2024, serving a 3-year sentence for housebreaking, theft, and unlawful possession, while the alleged suspect, who was already awaiting trial for murder charges, has been placed in isolation. The Royal Bahamas Police Force and Her Majesty Coroners are conducting a joint investigation. The department has extended their condolences to the Fritz family. Over in the Saginaw City, a 22-year-old man is in hospital tonight after being shot by police Saturday, February 1st. According to reports, officers responded to a domestic dispute around 5 p.m. at a residence. Upon arrival, they found a man suffering from a forehead injury, allegedly stabbed by a family member. The victim was rushed to hospital for emergency medical services. Police later located the suspect, who was still armed with a knife. Authorities say officers issued multiple verbal commands for the suspect to drop the weapon, but he refused. The suspect then allegedly charged at the officers, prompting them to open fire out of fear for their lives. The suspect was also transported to hospital, where he is listed in serious but stable condition. Investigations into this incident is underway. It appears individuals suspected of being members of criminal organizations that wreak havoc on society have yet to be charged. At least that's according to National Security Minister Wayne Munro, who suggests, and perhaps for good reason. He says authorities want to ensure cases have a high likelihood of success before taking action. Munro asserts officials are taking a cautious approach to enforce the law, having learned from previous legislation that securing conviction requires careful preparation and substantial evidence. This, as Munro noted, that alleged gang members have yet to be charged because of insufficient evidence as authorities wrestle with proving one's ties with a gang. The National Security Minister made those comments months after the Davis administration introduced the anti-gang bill in 2024. Last year, in response to a surge of murders, many what police say was gang retaliation.
What we've learned from the last iteration of anti-gang legislation is that it's important to get it right. And so to prove that somebody is not only involved in a gang in terms of being a collaboration of persons, you have to prove that they're involved for a particular purpose. Without disclosing much, I can say that the police have been taking steps to gather intelligence to move under the Act. Once they are satisfied that they have that material, they can then brief me as the minister. The Act provides that I can move to have persons declared a gang. We will only do that when we're quite sure that all of the doors are closed for the persons to avoid that designation. I know sufficient from three and a half decades of practice that it's very easy to rush out and start a case, it's much more difficult to close it.
Now, Monroe says at present, individuals are being hauled before the courts on serious charges that are oftentimes perpetuated by criminal organization. He asserts that they are the low-hanging fruits, and he says the hunt is on for those who are behind the scenes fueling gang activity.
The underlying offenses that gangs commit, murders, drug trafficking, they're prosecuted for those in any event. The purpose and the true bite of the anti-gang legislation will be this. We want to go after not just the young men who were shooting people, as you saw in that video, because there were 4 persons in total, I'm told, in the vehicle. So that's a sufficient number to attract the designation. But if you're acquiring the vehicles that these fellas drive around with as a part of them, we want to catch you. If you're participating in their ability to finance what they're doing, we want to get you. Because eventually you get the young fellas who are embroiled in this. But the real teeth in the gang legislation will be to get the people who empower them to do that. Quite often it's the decent-looking people who are involved in these crimes that keep them rolling. As the shooters either end up in prison or end up dead, more arise. And so the point of the anti-gang legislation is to get the people who are empowering them in the backgrounds.
Some Bahamians are now seeing a reduction in their Bahamas and power and light bill. This much coming from the Minister of Transport and Energy, JoBeth Kobe Davis, as she spoke with Eyewitness News, explaining how operations at the electricity company are now heading in a new direction, leading to Bahamians to seeing savings on their bills. Kobe Davis highlighted that her sector is looking forward to ridding BPL of its legacy issues.
So the energy reform that we've been working on is to bring cleaner fuel, to bring more renewables into our fuel mix, but also to bring a more reliable system. And so one of the challenges we were seeing is we were having a lot of line loss through our transmission and distribution. So doing some of the work on our transmission lines has helped us to get more of the power directly to the homes as opposed to it losing power on its way to the home. So it's kind of technical, but we've been doing quite a number of work at BPL. We're bringing in more of our efficient systems online, our efficient generators out first to generate the power, and that helps with reduction of cost as well. So I've seen some persons seeing that cost reduction.
Kobe Davis confirmed that she expects the cost of electricity to continue to decline under the Davis-Cooper administration as they continue to roll out initiatives with that goal in mind.
Gradually, you'll see some more of the cost of electricity going down, but it's been a work in progress, and I think we're getting some good results. We also did the energy rate adjustment program where we zero rated 200 kWh first usage, and so that has helped with reducing the cost for a lot of our consumers. And so some of the benefits are being felt now, and as we continue to work our energy reform program, we'd see more of the benefits happen gradually.
The Progressive Liberal Party Chairman Fred Mitchell revealed to the media earlier this week that the governing party election preparations are in full swing, as a session was held recently with a number of current political figures and those aspiring to be in the crowd under a number of assessments. Mitchell noted that the PLP has full intentions of returning as the governing party following the 2026 general election, noting in his view they are the best choice for the Bahamian people.
Whenever the election is called, it is our intention to beat the Free National Movement and remind them of their poor record of governance of this country. That's our job. We've said that the country needs to have stability. Stability comes with 2 terms. We know that the country has suffered because one party wins, they cancel what the other party does. That needs to stop, and the Bahamian country public needs a period of stability for the country. And that's what we're saying. Let's have a stable platform. We did just such a module last weekend. We had 110 people in the module. They paid $300 to participate. We were oversubscribed. We had to turn 40 away. There's going to be another module in the springtime, in May. All parliamentarians have to, if they want to renominate, have to undergo the process. And this includes senators and members of parliament, but there's a wide range of people.
Mitchell noted that those hoping to receive nominations under the PLP will go through a rigorous process to ensure that they are the best representation for the country if chosen.
This is a serious effort. I mean, we want people to prepare for public life. Public life is not an easy thing. It's not something you just roll out of bed and do. You have to be prepared for understanding the Constitution, the party's rules. You have to learn to like the people that you work with, and you have to be able to explain policies to people. And you also have to know when to bite your tongue and not say things that you shouldn't say and not act in a particular way as a public figure. Very, very difficult job. And the more we can train people in this, the better. The election is not due, or the House will not stand dissolved until the 10th of October 2026. And there's no expectation that anything will happen anytime soon.
On January 20th, 2025, an executive order was signed to amend birthright citizenship in the United States by President Donald Trump, leaving Bahamians abroad questioning how this can affect their U.S.-born children and the future ones. Linton Ritchie Jr. brings us the details in this report.
Ending birthright citizenship, one of dozens of executive orders signed off by the United States 47th President, Donald J. Trump, which could affect Bahamian women currently pregnant abroad as giving birth to a child on American soil will no longer mean that their newborn will receive automatic American citizenship. Minister of Foreign Affairs Fred Mitchell explains what the new parameters will be if the order passes.
The new executive order mandates at least one parent to be a United States citizen or a green card holder for a child to qualify for U.S. citizenship at birth.
Here's who the new executive order will affect.
Non-immigrant visa, including participants in the visa waiver program, as well as F1 students, B1, B2, that's tourists, H4, H1B, those are temporary work visas, L1, L2, E1, E2, E3, TN, and O1 visa holders.
As for Bahamian parents who were hoping to gain U.S. citizenship by giving birth to a child in the U.S., that option is also at stake.
U.S.-born children will lose the ability to petition on behalf of their parents once they turn 21 years of age, as they too will no longer qualify for United States citizenship under the new policy.
Mitchell made it clear that whatever laws the new president rolls out, they must be respected.
This is domestic policy of the United States. It's none of our business.
The Foreign Affairs Minister sought to make it clear that the new executive order is similar to our very own birthright law here in country.
In our own country is not conferred by birth in the place, because you get citizenship of the Bahamas by descent, not by birth in the place.
Now, following the signing of the order, the new policy takes effect as of February 19th, 2025. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
And still to come tonight, the government and the opposition members going head-to-head over housing records. And later, a new look of accommodation for students at King's College. We've got more, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
Check this out, you wanna know how I get this? Paper! You want fun? Wait, all you need is 4 people to sign up and you straight pay cash.
I know, man. This sound like a pyramid.
Yeah, to build your way to the top.
Like I say, the rectangle.
Sound like big money to me.
You all know scammers always try to promise you a quick and easy cash. Paper, paper, paper. Don't let them pressure you into giving them your money. Protect your hard-earned cash. Think twice before investing into these pyramid schemes which seem too good to be true. Visit scb.gov.bs to learn more ways to protect yourself from fraudsters and scammers. Watch your money.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back to the weekend edition. Housing Minister Keith Bell handing out blistering rebukes to opposition leader Michael Pintard, who says government has been giving residents empty talk on reported shortages on affordable housing. Pintard called on Bell, by extension the Davis administration, to lay out a concrete plan to address housing development. Now, since assuming office, the government has completed homes in 2 subdivisions, the first one Pinecrest Community and the other Renaissance in the Western New Providence. However, there remain concerns about Bahamians out there who have yet to receive keys to their new home due to financial constraints. Bell says government is working to address those issues. The opposition must also look into the mirror before throwing jabs.
Well, the opposition has no moral authority whatsoever, including the leader of the opposition himself, because under his administration, of which he was a part of, and he may not have been the prime minister, but in the constitution, there's what is called collective responsibility. So he sat as part of administration and did not build one home. So they have no moral authority whatsoever to address anything to do with housing as far as I'm concerned.
Chief Passport Officer Nicholas Simonet encouraging Bahamians to get ahead of the busy season and apply for their first-time holders and passport renewals as the height of the travel season is on the horizon. An extension waiting time could be experienced for last-minute submission. Simonet told reporters right now operations are running smoothly and seems to be ahead of the regular wait time.
Well, let me just encourage everyone to apply for your passport in advance. It's a 7 to 10 business day wait period. We've been beating it. But if you show up at the airport and you need your passport done, there is a mechanism for that as well. That is by a fee. When you show up to our office and you need your passport expedited, that means you cut in front of everybody prior to you. So there is a fee. And that fee is really to facilitate the office stopping all aspects of its work to dedicate its time to you. And that's $350 if you want it in 4 hours, $300 if you want it in 48 hours, plus the passport fee.
Now, it's been 5 years since the renewal of the passport has gone digital, and Simonet says that the public seems to be adapting well, noting that the online submission continues to climb daily.
We have, on a daily basis, we have tons of people applying online. We encourage all renewals to be done online for adult passport holders. So from 15 and a half and above, everyone could apply online if it's a renewal. New applicants have to be done in person. Applicants who apply online, they have to collect in person, and that's just a part of the security mechanism. But we encourage everybody to do that as well.
King's College will offer modern dormitory facilities equipped with comfortable living space, student areas, and social lounges welcoming both Bahamian and foreign occupants. Our Delano Roca is following the building.
King's College founding principal, Matteo Rossetti, says the institution is on a mission to enhance the profile of the educational experience in the Bahamas, not only for Bahamians, but also for the international students who are looking for an extraordinary educational experience outside of their hometown borders.
We want an institution like this to have a transformational impact in multiple ways. You want it to be an opportunity to showcase the Bahamas, and for example, we're going to have exchanges whereby students from across the world are going to be able to come here in the same way that our own students are going to be exposed to that global standard of education, and also going on exchanges of with other schools. We're also going to have other students coming here. So there's going to be an element of exposure and exposing our country and our culture to schools and students across the world.
The campus boasts of having a 50% Bahamian student population, and Rossetti affirms that King's College is serious about providing educational opportunities for Bahamians through scholarships.
Yeah, I mean, we have about 50% of our students currently are Bahamian and 50% of the students are international. For us to be able to provide access to this global standard of excellence in terms of education is absolutely fundamental. We have a considerable number of our students already who are on bursaries and scholarships, and we're also launching in our second year now, the Insuli Scholarship, which is a transformational program, global program, which aims to have a huge impact on students' lives.
What's next for King's College?
We have these 120 schools across the world, as you indicated and rightly said, are amongst the best schools in their own country. In Spain, it's best school in Spain. Our school in South Africa, best school in South Africa. Same for Australia. Our school in Italy is the highest achieving IB International Baccalaureate Diploma School in Europe for 6 years in a row. And for us, for me as an educator, to be able to draw from that experience as we're building the curricula here in the Bahamas is incredible, is unique, is a wonderful opportunity, being able to tap into that understanding and that knowledge from across the group. That's a huge aim of this, is to make it inclusive to the whole of the Bahamas, but also across the Caribbean region. So it means that we're going to be able to showcase the Bahamas and the culture and the environment here to the whole of the Caribbean.
The new school is currently constructing a boarding facility which will house both Bahamians and international students. Rossetti says the goal is to create inclusive and cosmopolitan experiences for all. Delano Roker, Eyewitness News.
The ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated Kappa Delta Sigma Alumni Chapter, alongside with the men of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated Bahamas Alumni Chapter, are joining forces for a notable cause. Together, they are hosting a community blood drive to make a difference in the lives of those in need. Chair of the Wellness Committee for the chapter, Rakala Rogers, says the event is set for February 8th over at Doctors Hospital Blood Bank. She also shared why it was so important for persons to come out and donate.
The drive will be held during the blood bank's hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. One blood donation can save up to 3 lives, and like you said, each day there are numerous pleas across social media for blood donations for persons currently hospitalized. Also, on the morning announcements, the blood bank on Collins Avenue is also pleading with the public for blood donations. Screenings done at blood drives can also help donors to detect blood-related issues and also help teach them proper, safe behavior.
Here's the Vice Polemarch of the Alumni Chapter, Blair Major, on the importance of the organizations working together to put on this event such as this.
Important so the hospitals can maintain a steady blood flow and bring people together for a common cause, also bringing awareness to the importance of the blood drive and blood donations here in the country. It shows unity between both organizations and need to bring more donors out to the blood drive, also pooling our resources together, partnering with Doctors Hospital. It will boost their marketing and improve their logistics to bring more volunteers out, and it'll show the community that we are there to help and serve, hopefully bringing more volunteers out to the blood drive so we have more donations.
Coming up tonight in the Sunday feature, hundreds of seniors are benefiting from an event focused on physical well-being. We'll tell you all about it right after this break.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You hear that what they say, boy? Oh yeah, develop and grow. You don't know what all the things saying do? What does do? Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. A recent wellness event in the community brought together hundreds of seniors for a day focused on physical health and well-being, and with a program designed specifically for older adults. The event emphasized the importance of staying active at any age. Eyewitness News spoke with the organizers and participants about the positive impact of such initiatives and how they are helping to improve the quality of life for seniors. We have our Layla Sands more in tonight's Sunday feature.
A recent wellness event aimed at supporting the health and well-being of elderly citizens attracted more than 500 participants, ranging from ages 65 to 95, offering a comprehensive program to enhance physical well-being. Algernon Allen, co-chair of the Urban Renewal Committee, in an interview with Eyewitness News, outlined the importance of such initiatives for the senior community.
I said, what you see here is an amalgamation of cross-sections of our community. But we had here today, of course, our seniors, our older persons, whom I call the precious pearls. We have programs specifically designed to touch the most tender of our society, our little darlings. And at the end of the day, we'll weave a carpet of togetherness, of oneness, and we will be able to say, finally, that we are one. We are one. We are one Bahamas.
One longtime participant, Margot Rose, expressed her gratitude for the program, sharing how it had positively impacted her life.
Oh, it was just awesome. You know, we do an exercise program every week at the center. So this was like normal for us. We truly enjoyed it.
Additionally, a nurse from Doctors Hospital shared insights on the importance of health and wellness for seniors, emphasizing the importance of staying active and maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
So as we get older, being as healthy as possible is definitely